Hello Miri learners, welcome to this new video. I'm Miriam and today I'm going to explain you the answers of the video Modal Verbs. Let's start! So in the first exercise it said guess the modal verb. First sentence. You listen to your teacher, she is explaining to you the lesson. So the correct answer is you have to or you must listen to your teacher. Why? Because it's compulsory. If you go to a lesson, you have to and you must listen to your teacher because it's something compulsory of the lesson. You have to or you must listen to your teacher in the lesson. Second one, the news says it could rain next week. What happens here? It's a possibility that next week it rains. So we have to say could. Why could? Because it's a possibility and we are not sure 100%. So could. Third one, Chloe could play basketball when she was 6 years old. Why could again? Because it's in past. This action was in the past. So in the past, she could play basketball when she was 6 years old. What is giving us in the sentence that is in the past? When she was 6 years old. This was in the past, so we have to say could, that is can, in the past. And is an ability. To play basketball is an ability, so can in the past. Could. Fourth, be careful. You mustn't touch the plug. Why mustn't? Because if you do that, the probability is that you die. So we have to say mustn't. A prohibition. 5. John can't play tennis. He hurt his knee. Here, what happens? When we don't have time in this sentence, we don't have a date, so it is supposed that it happens in the present. So now John can't play tennis. So we have to write can't because he is not able to, right? Play tennis. If here it said 2 years ago, John space play tennis 2 years ago, then we could say couldn't. But no, as we don't have date in this sentence, then we have to say this verb in the present. John can't play tennis. Or it would be also possible to say John is not able to play tennis. Why? Because he hurt his knee. 6. We must or have to do the exam. If not, we will have to repeat course next year. Why must or have to? Because it's compulsory to do the exam, because if not, next year we are going to repeat course. So as it is compulsory, we have to say must or have to. Both are possible. Next one. Tom's t-shirt is too small. If Tom's t-shirt is too small, then he should buy new t-shirts. We are giving Tom an advice that he should buy new t-shirts. 8. People talk very loud at the medical center. Here, what happens here? Look at this sign. Normally, we can find this sign at the medical center. But what does this sign says normally? Please. Please don't talk loud or something like that. But it says please. So if someone is telling us please, then it's not compulsory. And we have to say should. People should talk lower at the medical center because it is not compulsory. Then should. 9. Leopards are beautiful. So people mustn't catch them for money. As leopards are beautiful and they are endangered animals, people mustn't. It's a prohibition. In this next exercise, it said, fill the gaps with can, can't, could, or couldn't. Let's see first one. Yesterday was a really bad day. We couldn't play football. Here we have a date. Yesterday. It is in the past. So is can in the past, couldn't. So we have to write can in the past, couldn't. So as yesterday was a bad day, we couldn't, this has to be in the negative, play football. Second one, that bus was too far away. I couldn't reach it. Do we have date here? No, but we have this verb in the past simple. So we have to write can in the past. So could. And why couldn't? Because I couldn't reach the bus. It's telling me that the bus was too far away, so I couldn't reach it. Third one. The music is too loud. I cannot hear you. So what happens here? If the music is too loud, we don't have a date, but we have verb to be in present. So I have to write can in present. So right now, I cannot hear you. And why am I saying not and not short form, can't? Because if I say I cannot, if I separate can and not, I'm giving more emphasis to not. If I have to say no, giving emphasis, then I have to separate it. So cannot. 4. You can play the violin and the saxophone. What happens here? Playing the violin and the saxophone is an ability. So we have to say can. And why not could? Because we don't have anything referring to the past. So we have to write can in present. 5. When my parents watch the news, I can watch my favorite TV series. Here, why can't? Why in present? Because watch is in present. When my parents watch the news, this is in present, so I can't. This has to be in the present. So, and why not can't? Because it's an action that I cannot do because my parents watch the news. So I can't watch my favorite TV series. It's impossible to do that because my parents watch the news. Okay, now here we have to choose the correct one. So first one, you space be late for the exam. So here the correct answer is must not. Why must not? Because must not or mustn't is a prohibition. So it's a prohibition to be late for the exam. So the correct one is must not. Why not don't have to? Because don't have to means that something is not compulsory. I cannot say it's not compulsory to be late for the exam. No, the correct one is you mustn't be late for the exam. Second one, if you don't study harder, you, repeat the subject next year. So the correct one is will have to. Why? Because it's in the future. Here we have a date, next year. Next year is in the future, so we have to use will. And why have to? Because it's something that we need to do. We have to do this. Because you have to study harder. Because if not, you are going to repeat the subject. 3. I eat my lunch yesterday. My stomach hurt. The correct answer is couldn't. In the past. Can in the past. Right? Why in the past? Because here we have yesterday. I couldn't eat my lunch yesterday. So couldn't in the past. And why could or not the other ones? Because it's an action that I couldn't do. It's an action that I was not able to do. So couldn't. 4. Her parents are easygoing. She's always to do her silly things. So here, what happens? The correct answer is being allowed. In the past perfect. This one, being able, is the whole verb, to be able to do something. But here, we have to write it in the past perfect because here we have she has. She has always been allowed. So we need past perfect, we need allowed with ed. 5. Go to her house now. See there right now. The correct answer here is must be. Why? Because it's a probability. We are not sure 100%, but it's very possible that she is there right now. So she must be there right now. It's a probability. 6. Megan play both the violin and the piano. Here, do we have a date? No, so the verb must be in present. Now, what happens? Playing the violin and the piano is an ability. So, can that express ability. Megan can play both the violin and the piano. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe for watching the next ones and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.